Y'all, we got a big ass steak and not quite a big steak. Let's get them both on that Luma grill. Let's check it out. I did an unboxing and the first look, first burn-in of this Luma Electric Steak Grill. All right, and I'll put the link for it right there if you want to check it out, from, you know, taking it out of the box to firing it up. Now it's time to get some big old steaks on there. Okay, so we got a big old steak and then just a regular size ribeye. I wanted to do a big old tomahawk on there, but we're gonna reverse sear that tomahawk. So we're gonna give it some time in the oven, right? Because if I put that thing on there right now, no matter how hot it got and how seared it would get, it would be completely raw on the inside. So that's why we're reverse searing it. On the other hand, I got a normal size ribeye for your family that you'd all make. We're gonna go ahead and cook that one off at the high temps. We're gonna go 1450 on it, right? That's heavy duty. We're gonna get that good sear. People love to see those grill marks that you get outside on your grill, have grill grates, but all you're basically doing is burning in marks. You're not really searing the steak. It looks beautiful on Instagram and it, you know, doesn't taste bad. But if you want a good sear on your steak, that's why I use that cast iron. That's why we're gonna use that infrared heat on this one, right? On that Luma Electric Grill. So you're gonna see a heavy duty sear on these, nice crust on the outside. What did we do to get to this point? Well, yesterday we took these steaks out and we dry brined them. Where we took a little bit of kosher salt, sprinkle it all over, put it on a nice rack on a cookie tray and put it in the fridge overnight. Let it chill in there. All that salt, take out that moisture and then reabsorb those flavors. It just improves the flavor so much. So I really suggest you do that. Now, today, we pulled it out of the fridge, let them kind of chill out a little bit, little room temperature, right? Sprayed them down with a little avocado oil, all sides, right? Avocado oil can handle that high heat. And we needed it as like a binder to hold our barbecue rub on there. Now I'm using a little Texas beef, but guys, if you want to use salt, pepper, garlic, any of that stuff, go ahead. It's just a fine barbecue rub that will absorb quickly into those steaks. You got all sides, all right? Don't be a rookie. Don't just do top and bottom, do the sides, right? Of both steaks. They've been chilling, sitting here. The oven's on at 275 to get that big old honking steak in there, right? I have my temp spike plus in there, and we're gonna monitor those temps. We're gonna take it to rare, right? To 125 or so. Then we'll sear them off in the Luma Electric Grill. So a couple steps to get where we want to be. One other thing I'm sure people are going to mention is I have the Luma Grill sitting up on one of my cutting boards. It can be placed on any countertops. There's rubber grommet feet for it, but it's just for me to be able to easily move and groove while I'm filming it. My cutting board slides a little easier on there, okay? So you don't have to worry about, you know, putting it up on wood or it's affecting your countertops, okay? Nothing left to do, we'll get this thing started. Let's go ahead and get the big old steak in the oven and then we'll start searing off the regular size steak. You know, the normal person steak, not the tomahawk, right? All right, come on, big old tomahawk. I'm just leaving it on the same tray. Get it in there. Give it all the heat. We'll come back when that hits 120. While that tomahawk is getting that nice slow rise in temps, we're gonna fast rise this one right here. We got it, our regular size steak. It's about 1 pound ribeye. It's sitting on the fine china. We're good to go. I'm gonna reach back here to the back of the unit here, turn it on. We're gonna take out the grill grate. We got our water pan right here. So we're gonna pour water in it. This is mandatory, otherwise your machine will shut off for like overheating, and it helps with cleanup. Go ahead and get this bad boy turned on, press it. The temp, we're gonna take it to 1450. You can see that, yeah, it's flashing, cool. Push the button to set it. The timing, 10 minutes is fine. We're only going about a minute each side, so we're good. Now it's gonna go through the preheating process. See the temp raising, the fans on, getting everything going. When it comes up to temp, we'll start searing them steaks. We're up to 1,450 degrees. Let's get our steak in there. We're gonna go on the second level right here. I'm gonna give it about 45 seconds to a minute. All those asking about smoke, yes, there's gonna be smoke. We're searing on cast iron basically. All right, there's the first sear. Let's flip it over. Finish that bad boy up. I splattered a little grease in there. It's all right. Take a look at it. Let's take some temps. 127, all right, it's good enough where we want it. Let's go ahead and take this off. put it on the tray. Guys, I do see a little bit of a drawback here. I've wiped up plenty of steak grease, kind of taking a look at all this. So that's something to be cognizant of. It is what it is. All right, we're gonna let that steak rest. That first steak is done, it's resting. We're gonna let it rest another 5 minutes or so. Decent sear on there, lots of smoke, okay? I don't know if other infrared grills are the same way. This is actually the first one I've ever had, but I do liken it to putting it on cast iron. You're getting all that heat and, you know, usually causes like the smoke detector to go off. I don't know. I have my back door open. You know, I don't want the smoke detector to go off. You're searing something with a lot of fat, close to a lot of flame. There's always gonna be smoke, okay? So if that's a concern, obviously don't get this. If it's not, you know, you have a fan or open your door, you know, you should be fine. First steak, let's cut into it. Second steak, still have some time in the oven. Like I said, we're reverse searing it, letting it come up to temp. Otherwise, we'd just be completely raw in the middle if we tried to do it this way. I think even if we did it on the lowest setting, because that's a 3-inch tomahawk, and I still think we just burn the hell out of the top and the bottom, but have completely raw on the inside. So when you're doing a big ass steak like this, you got to do it in the oven first or in the smoker, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, come on back. Yeah, our steak is rested for a few minutes. Let's just go ahead and slice into it and see how we look. I was going for more of a medium rare, but you can see we got some gray edges. It's pink in the middle here, but we got more medium than medium rare. That's okay. My first time cooking with this bad boy. I'm okay with this. I'm sure the tomahawk's gonna turn out completely different. I think it's gonna be a damn good steak. I got butter on it while it's resting. I'll do the same thing with the tomahawk, probably a couple pats. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Not bad, but you can see, you know, you're getting tons of heat from the top, tons of heat from the bottom when you're flipping it. So you're gonna have those gray edges. We got our steak here. Beautiful ribeye. I mean, it's not especially cut or anything, but it's good. I mean, guys, it's a steak. How could it be bad? Not as much kind of crust on there as I thought I was getting. Maybe letting it rest in the butter and all that probably kind of killed some of that crust. Still a damn good steak. Guys, if you're digging this, I mean, even if you're not checking out the Luma grill or whatever I do on my channel, dude, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It means a lot to the channel, helps us get moving in the algorithm, all right? I appreciate you. The tomahawk is up to temp right now. We got it at 125. Okay, we're gonna take it out, pat it dry. You know, there's a bit of moisture on the outside, and moisture kills that sear. We wanna make sure that steak is completely patted dry. Otherwise, that heat from the top is going to evaporate any moisture on the top of the steak, cause steam, and not get you the best sear you want. Right? Take that temp spike plus out of there. It cannot be exposed to that much heat. It'll just, you know, make it useless. We got it to the temperature we want. Right now, we're just getting that sear on it. So let's go ahead and turn this bad boy back on. I went ahead and cleaned the grill grate, changed the water in the water pan. So it's ready to go. We're gonna take it to 1450 again and just finish this bad boy up. Get our Luma back on, 1450. Press it again for the timing. Let's take it up a little bit. We'll go to 15 minutes, just in case. It's a big old steak. All right, let it come up to temp. We'll start searing it off. All right, time to get this bad boy on. We're gonna go to about the third one down. Get this seared off. Obviously, the tomahawk bone is coming out. Just is what it is. I'm using a lined glove, okay? It's gonna be too hard for me to get in there with some tongs and flip and all that stuff. So we're gonna use this to pull it out. And then I'll flip it with my hand. Give it about a minute, flip, and just till we get the sear we want to get. Just pull it out. Take it this way, give it a turn. Get it back in there. Back over. Get it back in. One last flip. Getting that good sear on there. One more flip, we should be good to go. Time to get this bad boy out. Got that good sear though. Let's get it out and let it rest. Let that big old tomahawk rest. Got a little pat of butter on there. Actually, I put 2 pats of butter on there. Gonna slice into this bad boy and we'll take a look. Seriously, if you're doing a big ass tomahawk using the Luma steak grill here, you gotta reverse sear it. Either smoke it or throw it in the oven. It took a little bit longer to do it that way, but a regular steak, you know, inch steak, whatever, you're gonna get through it pretty quickly. You don't need to reverse sear or anything like that. But something this big, do the reverse sear. And I basically did it just for this video, just for fun, to show off, you know, the grill. Most people aren't throwing a big ass tomahawk in there, right? No. So let's go ahead and slice into this bad boy. We'll check it out. First thing we're gonna do is cut the string off. You can see why we tied it. I don't know about y'all, that is perfect medium rare, guys. Gorgeous. We're sliced up, we're looking good. Let's go ahead and grab a bite. It's finally time to take a bite. Got me a little piece of the rib cap here. You know it's my favorite bite. Guys, you know, just by the look of it, you know that's money in the bank right there. Too damn good. Look, guys, reverse searing is the way to go with the big ass tomahawk. Turned out phenomenal. The reverse searing is the way to go, of course. That helps it, you know, get an even cook all the way through. There's still a little bit of gray on the outside because you're hitting it with so much heat, but it's worth it. All right, y'all, if you want to get one of these steak grills, these Luma Electric Steak Grill, and someone suggested in the first video to do pizzas in there, little personal pan pizzas. So we might do that too. Not at $14.50. That's a lot of heat, but we might try the personal pizzas next. You never know. But if you guys want to get one of these bad boys, I'll have a link down below. Use my code, save you 10%. Right? Every little bit helps these days, right? Knives, cutting boards, merch, all that good stuff. Links are all down below. If you'd like to become a show producer, like all these awesome people scrolling in front of me, people that love them a good tomahawk steak, even though they know it's a waste of money, you're paying for basically that bone. Mrs. CJ is right here. She'd make a comment about paying for the bone. Anyway, shake it off. There are two ways to join up. Either hit the Patreon link in my video description or that join button right next to the subscribe button, which you should have already hit by now. But other than that, guys, we're done. Listen, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Take care.